YouTube, it's M1NDxBEND3R here, and I was ready to call this team complete. Unfortunately, what I failed to calculate was the amount of attachment that you all had to my somewhat unspoken tradition of adding a pair of minicons to each animal-based team. So, when the flood of requests came in for me to add 2 minicon builds to this team, I decided, you know what, that does sound like some fun. So, I set to work, and here's what I came up with. I am proud to introduce the Harvestmen. Oh yeah, you've got questions. Taking a look at just one copy of a Harvestman, because having 2 on screen at a time is a bit unwieldy to film. I can't even use my turntable because the legs are too wide. You'll notice I took inspiration from another common request I've been getting on my arachnid builds, and that was to make something that turns into a daddy Longlegs. So, I thought it sounded fun, and decided to go with it. I had one more spare build in mind for the minicon, and a daddy Longlegs seemed to be a good fit. So, here's what we got. I was very surprised to discover that this leg design can actually support the weight of a build. I really didn't think that was going to happen, but lo and behold, here we are, and I'm quite happy about that. They are fully posable, but it's kind of a chore to move these legs around, so I'm just going to knot, and just trust me, they work. So, without further ado, let's transform them. So, to transform, the first thing we are going to do is just kind of move these fangs out of the way as the entire head lifts up and folds to the back. Just like that. Then we fold what will become the entire robot out from under the body of the spider in his rather joyous default pose. Then I like to just kind of arrange his robot legs to look like they're dangling, because they will be. Flip down his robot head. Move the spider fangs down. They will become the robot's arms. I like to just drop the abdomen down. That was one thing I did have incorrect. I kept calling the abdomen a thorax, and I was corrected. And this isn't like required for the robot mode, but I just like, because it's different, to move 2 legs up. Preferably the front 2. Oh, one's coming off. Back, I say. There we go. I like to move these 2 legs up like they're weapons, and those are completely off screen, so you'll just have to imagine until I set this down. And there is the Harvestman in his robot mode. Taking a look at the rather unusual robot mode of the Harvestman minicon, you'll notice I definitely took inspiration from Transformers Prime Arachnid, with the robot mode being supported by several spider legs and just kind of remaining a dangling humanoid. And I like this idea for a minicon. I like it a lot. It was really the only way I could think of making a minicon that became a daddy Longlegs and didn't just have tons and tons of kibble hanging off of him. I mean, he does have literally tons and tons of kibble hanging off of him, but it's kind of serving a purpose, and these ones are weapons, so that's kind of fun. I do enjoy the idea that, much like a Power Master, the robot mode can be detached from, I guess this would be a vehicle, so set that off to the side. And he can just kind of run around on his own for doing, I guess, scouting missions or stealth missions or whatever his commander phobia or his sergeant phobia tells him to do. So that's kind of a fun idea. And then I just love the idea of maybe one of them getting caught and being chased by a larger Autobot, and they run around a corner and the Autobot just chases after him, so sure that he's got him, you know, cornered and at the end of their rope, and then he just sees like one of these just waiting for him all. Yeah, thought this was gonna be an easy prey, huh? Harvestmen! Alright guys, until next time, I want to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really like this video, feel free to subscribe or leave a comment and tell me what you thought of this rather strange and kind of out there build. But, yeah, I've been M1NDxBEND3R, and I'll see you later.